Hi, how are you doing today? My name is Delvin Glymph. I'm one of the career counselors here at Pepperdine University Seaver College Career Center. And I'm here to talk to you today about applying to graduate school. The first thing you want to do when you're looking into going to graduate school is research programs. You want to make sure that the school you'd like to attend has the subject you'd like to study. Once you do that, you want to find the highest performing schools. You want to find schools that specialize in what you would like to study. When you do that, you want to do some research into certain things about that school, like the alumni network, people who have gone to that school before, people who have studied at that school before, and what the school has to offer. After you do that, you want to look into the application process. The application process begins first with knowing what's required. What do you need to do in order to apply to the school and get accepted? When does this information need to be submitted so that you can get in and become accepted to this university? Ideally, I encourage all the students to come in to apply to maybe between 3 and 5 different schools. One school that's kind of lofty, that maybe, you're high level, high achieving. One or two that might be pretty much locks for you to get into. And then a couple other ones that might be in the middle. We do this because you also, as I said, you want to get into the highest performing schools possible. But you also want to have backup plans. You also need to decide where you want to live and where you want to go to school. The next thing you want to look at is part of the application process is what assessments are required for you to get into this school. You want to look at whether this assessment required is the GRE, the GMAT, the LSAT, the MCAT. What do you need to do in order to get in? Which assessments do you need to take? The next thing you want to look at are preparing your recommendations. You want to be able to speak to different professors or maybe internship supervisors who are able to attest to your ability to do work, how well you can achieve at doing work and going into the specific field. You always want to have at least 2 college professors who know your work, who know what you're able to do. You also want to have 1 professional reference or 1 professional recommendation, and they can attest to your ability to perform in the workplace. The next thing you want to do is you want to get your transcripts. Now, if you've taken classes at different schools, you're going to need a transcript from every school you've attended, every college you've attended, rather. After you do that, it takes a little bit of time. It takes a couple weeks. Some schools charge for transcripts. Other schools have them for free. After you do that, you want to work on building your personal statement. The personal statement is usually 3 to 5 pages at the most. It usually involves some sort of struggle that you may have had, and it outlines why you want to go to graduate school, specifically why you picked that school. Every school has a specific prompt that they would like for you to follow when you go to answer these questions and write your personal statement, and it varies depending on from school to school. And the last thing you want to do is send your application. As I said before, you want to look at the specific deadlines or when these applications are due. Once you do that, then you'll be prepared to get into graduate school. After you send in your application, typically they'll call you in for an interview and do a little bit more information, ask for a little bit more information about you. And once that is done, then you will hopefully be accepted into graduate school.